Greetings, my little yarnivores. It is Fiber Spider, back again with another tutorial just for you, back for the new year, and I hope it's going to be a great new year for us all, yes. Now, I have a lovely shawl pattern that I came up with. As you can see, it's very, very lacy, and therefore it is so quick. It is so quick, it's not even funny. I started this last night, and I finished it today, and I worked. So you can tell, it goes very quickly. And this I did with just one skein of Karen cakes. Actually, I have the wrapper here. I love this yarn. No, I'm not sponsored, but I love the yarn anyway. And this is the colorway macaron, macaron, forgive me if I'm mispronouncing, but, at any rate. So yeah, it just took one skein of this yarn, and it came out to be about 55 inches in length and about 31 inches from the center to the tip down there. And I still had just a little bit left over, so that'll give you an idea as to how much you will need. Now, of course, this pattern is very, very simple to adjust to your personal taste as far as size goes, and it is essentially a 2-row repeat, which will make it very easy for you to adjust to the size according to your personal preference, your size, what have you. So let's get into it, shall we? Alrighty, so of course we're going to need a hook, which in this case I am using a size I crochet hook. Love this one. A pair of scissors and a yarn needle, and of course your yarn. Now for this I'm going to be just showing you the basics. So I'm using Red Heart Soft. It's a nice little lavender color here. Alrighty, so we're going to get into it. Now we're going to start with a slip knot. There we go. And we are going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're going to do a slip stitch into that first chain to create a ring. And we're going to work within this ring for our first row. So we're going to chain up 3. 1, 2, 3. And then we are going to do and this is going to count as our first double crochet, mind you. And so we're going to do another double crochet directly in there. Okay, so we've got 2 double crochets, and then we're going to chain 2. 1, 2. And then do another double crochet. Chain 2. Another double crochet. Chain 2. And then 2 double crochets to finish row 1. So you should have 2 double crochets, chain 2, double crochet, chain 2, double crochet, chain 2, and then 2 double crochets. And that's going to build up, that's going to be the start of our foundation. Alrighty, and we'll go into the next row. Okay, so for the second row, we're going to start by chaining up 3. 1, 2, 3. Turn the work. Alright, now we're going to not do a double crochet in this first one. We're going to do a double crochet in the second one because this chain 3 acts as our first double crochet. So we've got our 2 double crochets, and then we chain 2, There's a lot of chaining too in here and a lot of double crochets, but simplicity is the name of the game for this shawl. So we're doing a double crochet into that chain space there. Okay, so we got our 2 double crochets, chain 2, double crochet, and then we are going to do another chain 2. Now in this center space here, we are going to do a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, and a double crochet. So we have in the center space there, we have a total of 4 double crochets with a chain 1 space in between. Then we go back to doing 2 chains, a double crochet into that space, chain 2, and then 2 more double crochets, 1 in each. And of course, as I say in my previous videos, it can be a little tricky to get into that 3rd chain there, but we shall persevere. All right, and that is the end of row 2. Okay. Okay, so for our 3rd row, I'm going to start again with a chaining up of 3, turn the work, do a double crochet into that 2nd double crochet there, chain 2, a double crochet into that chain 2 space, chain 2, a double crochet into the chain 2 space. Okay, now I'm going to do another chain 2, a double crochet into this chain 1 space, chain 2, and then into this center space. So we have space here, here, and here. Into the center one, we're going to do a double crochet, chain 2, and then a double crochet into that same space. Now this will make sense later, trust me. Chain 2, double crochet into the next chain 1 space, 2 chain stitches, double crochet into the next chain 2 space, chain 2, double crochet into the next chain 2 space, chain 2, and then our last 2 double crochets at the end. All right. And get into that 3rd chain there. Can be a little bit fiddly, but again, it does pay to make your chain 3s at the beginning of each row just a little bit on the loose side so that you do not go crazy. Now, what I was saying about how it will make sense, okay, so as you can see, down here, we have our 3 spaces, and the middle one has the 4 double crochets in there, separated by a chain space, and we have our 3 open spaces here. Now in the next one, we're going to do that increase again, where the center one, pardon me, the center one is going to get 4 double crochets. So it is a 2-row repeat, and I will show you for the next row. All right, we'll get to it. Okay, so for the fourth row, you again start with a chaining up of 3. Lots of repetition here, so it makes it really easy to grasp and to remember. We've got our chain 3, double crochet, and then we chain 2, double crochet into the next chain 2 space, chain 2, double crochet into the next chain 2 space, chain 2, double crochet into the next chain 2 space. Now you can see why this pattern goes so quickly. Chain 2, double crochet into the next space, chain 2. Okay, so now in the center here, this is where we do our increasing. So we do a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, and a double crochet. Need some more yarn here, pardon me. Okay, so as you can see, we have our increase row here, then we have a regular spread out one, and then another increase row. And so this is how the pattern will continue, so on and so forth, as your piece continues to grow. And yes, it is the dead of winter right now, granted, and this might be more suited for the spring and the fall. However, this would still be quite a lovely piece over a blouse, a sweater, what have you, just for that little bit of extra pizzazz, that little bit of extra warmth, whatever it is that you're going for, why not? Shawls are fun, and of course, you are by no means limited to what you can do as far as colors. Personally, I love the Caron cakes. I love experimenting with them. This piece right here, it's just to, give you an idea as to how the repeat goes. Okay, so as you can see, it does grow quite nicely, and also it will lay flat. This edge at the bottom will remain flat, and it will not pucker. Now, so you're going to continue doing this in this fashion, for just about the whole skein. Now, you do, of course, want to leave, if you are using the Caron cakes, you want to leave enough so that when you get to the end of your piece, that you're going to have enough for the edging that I did here, which is, again, very simple. I got very lucky, I must say, that the entire edging I was able to do with just one color, so it looks nice and finished. However, it's not crucial. You can plan it, you can plot it, but it is not crucial. It's really a matter of personal taste, so don't sweat it. This is about having fun, right? All right, so let me see here. I think I'm going to continue this on for a little bit, and then I'm going to show you how to do the edging that I came up with as well. All right, so keep stitching, for a couple rounds, and you can follow along, or you can do the entire piece if you want, and I'll show you how to do the edging. All right, back in a flash. Okie dokie. So I went a little bit further. Now, as you can see, it's a little bit clearer as to where your repeat is. So as you can see, we've got our 3, then we've got our increase, then we have our 3, then we have our increase, just the 3, and then the increase. And in this case, I ended it on the increase. You can try it, on just the 3, but this is how I did it. I found that it came out looking nice and polished, as it were. All right, so now when you're ready to do your edging, you start off again with your chaining up of 3. And see, now the reason why, let me just backtrack a little. The reason why I did these 2 double crochets on the edge is so that you don't have to stitch across this entire back edge, to give it more body. That's the reason why I did that. Instead of it being really uber open like this, and then having to go all the way across there. There was a method behind the madness. Okay, so back to this madness. Okay, so we chained up 3. We do the double crochet into the next double crochet, just as always. Now, into this first chain 2 space, okay, we are going to do a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. And that's it. I know, right? It's like, wow, big mystery. Okay, so then into the next chain 2 space, we do a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. Pretty straightforward, like I said, I wanted this pattern to be as simple as possible so that you could get it done quickly and with as little stress as possible. And that's really what this edge boils down to. Now, there are, of course, a million different kinds of edging that you can do for your projects. This is what I did for this one, and it worked for me, so I would like to think that it'll work for you too. But you are more than welcome to use your artistic license, and I encourage it because that's what promotes growth. And that's what I want you to do as a crocheter, as an artiste. Okay, and so we're almost to the top here. And okie dokie. Now at the top, let me just verify over here. Yeah, okay. At the top, we're going to actually skip this one here. We're just going to go into the center one, okay? So go into there, okay? And then, slight difference. Instead of just 1 chain, we're going to do 2, just to give it a little bit more oomph. Okay? So as you can see, along the edge, 2 double crochets with a chain 1 space, and then at the very top, we skip this one, go right over it, 2 chains in between them, okay, and then skip this one here, and then go right into the next chain 2 space with a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. And I'm not about to say that this is a particularly earth-shattering avant-garde pattern here, but it is something that I came up with myself, and I wanted to share it with all of you because, like I said, it's all about trying to think outside of the box, to try to challenge ourselves into thinking of new things. And I rather liked the process because it was a lot of trial and error, because when I initially started, this edge would not lay flat. It would curl, it would look like a semicircle, it would buckle, there was a lot of ripping out of stitches, and yeah, of course, I could, go based on somebody else's pattern, but I really wanted to try something outside of the box for me and go for it, And so you just keep going in this fashion until you hit the end. And like I said, this goes so quick. You could finish this shawl in a weekend, which is great if you need a last minute gift, like, oh dear gosh, I forgot to do the shopping. And you can whip this up, no problem. And of course, you can use, different yarns, different hook sizes. The gauge is really not crucial. It's just really whatever works best for you. And this, worked for me. So, and then we have our last little stitch here. Do-do-do. Okay, rock on. And there you go. And so that is what the edge looks like. Just a little bit more of reinforcement along the edge so it's not entirely web-like throughout the entire piece. So listen, I really hope that you liked this tutorial. If you did, please, give it a like. If you have any comments, any questions, better yet, any suggestions as to what you might like to see in the future, please, leave your comments. I'm delighted to hear from you. By all means, I love to see your comments. If you have any questions, I'm here to help. That's what I do, because knowledge is power, sharing is caring, and I care about you guys, and to see that you grow as crocheters, because this is an art form that we can keep alive, and we can keep warm with it, especially this time of year. So enough of my rambling. You have a fabulous day, and don't forget to keep inspired, keep caffeinated, and keep stitching. You have a great day, and I will catch you soon. Bye.